Hello friends, welcome you all. In the previous lecture, we have discussed the agricultural futures, the futures of Indian agriculture. Today, in this lecture, I am going to explain you the distress, agrarian distress, which is present in Indian agriculture, and its causes and possible remedies and government initiatives to reduce the Indian agricultural distress. So let us discuss what are the reasons of Indian agricultural distress. If you look, the last 2 years have been filled with images in newspapers of farmers' protest by the way of dumping vegetables, pouring milk on roads and the roadsides, and resorting to distress sale of grain and pulses. So if you look at the agricultural sector, a lot of stress is there, and Indian agricultural sector is lagging behind. Already we have discussed, it is contributing only 15% and lowest growth rate it has compared to other sectors. So what are the reasons are there for the agricultural distress in India? The first reason is poor policy and planning. In the past, government strategy primarily focusing on raising agricultural output and improving food security rather than recognizing the need to raise farmers' income. So is increasing, the output is increasing, food grains are increasing, but what about the farmers income? If wheat production is increasing but not getting the value for that production, how can the farmers income will increase? So production is increasing, but the production cost of that output is not covering. So the input cost becoming costly and costly, but the output prices are not increasing that much, and government is focusing only on the raising agricultural output, not recognizing the need to raise farmers income by raising the MSP and other, considering other things. So poor policy and planning is there. Second reason is absence of direct measures to promote farmers welfare. So indirectly government is promoting farmers welfare, like providing fertilizer subsidy and other things also, but there is the absence of direct measures. There recently the government announced one scheme, that is the Kisan Sanman Nidhi Yojana. So these schemes provides 6,000 rupees per year directly into farmers account, small farmers account. Like that, the direct measures to promote farmers welfare are not there. So indirectly, government providing subsidies to companies who are producing fertilizers and uh, other things. uh, it is providing subsidies only on the chemical fertilizers, not on that other fertilizers which are not chemical. Next reason is declining average size of farm holding. So we have discussed it in agricultural features. So increasing demographic pressure, population pressure, it is creating disguised unemployment in agriculture and conversion of agricultural land for alternative uses. Pressure of population creating the cultivated land into uh, the barren land on which the houses and other purposes can be satisfied. That is the land using, the use of land is for the alternative uses. have drastically reduced the average land holding. So continuously fragmentation is there, and due to pressure of population, it is continuously declining average size of farm holding. So farm holding size, when farm size is small, then there is a lack of mechanization, lack of new use of new technologies. So if farm size is bigger or big, then farmer can purchase new machines, new can use or can invest capital into that. But small size of holding, creating the farmers will not purchase big machineries like tractors, harvesters, and mechanization will not take place in the agricultural sector. So farmers will not put capital into that small size of holding. So declining average size of farm holding creates other things also, and it create the distress. Next reason is collapsing farm prices. So low global prices for agricultural production have affected exports, and the cheaper imports have hurt domestic prices in the country. So due to inflation and other things, government imports from other countries, and cheaper imports of agricultural goods created affected Indian prices of agricultural productions. So agricultural prices are not such high that it can cover the input cost and give something more on the input cost. So it is just covering agricultural input and giving somewhat small surplus to the farmers. So it is not like a business. So in the corporate world or in the industrial sector, they calculate the input cost, and above that what percentage of profit should get. But here the prices are on the uh, fluctuating market, depend on the fluctuating market, and sometimes market uh, it's such that the farmers cannot cover even the input cost also. And the input cost is continuously rising because of the various fertilizers, costly pesticides, and costly harvesting. The input total input cost, labor cost is increasing. So uh, compared to industrial sector, in industrial sector what happened, in industrial sector there is a fixed price, it is not fluctuating according to market. So on every product there is a fixed price. But in case of agricultural sector, they have to sell in the open market, and open market is fluctuated by traders and according to the market condition. It continuously fluctuate, and it affects the farmers prices, farmers agricultural production prices. Next is lack of easy credit to agriculture and dependence on money lenders. Small farmers and small size holders cannot get the loans from the banks, and bank have much more stringent and strict legal formalities and all these things. Uh, it keeps the small farmers away from bank loan, and due to lack of easy credit, agricultural credit is dependent on money lender and indigenous bankers. So it is affecting again agricultural sector. Fragmented supply chains, so there is a large gap in storage, large gap in cold chains, limited connectivity, lack of absence of marketing infrastructure, absence of marketing information. And if there is a limited connectivity, farmers cannot transport their product from where they are getting higher prices for their production. So fragmented supply chain is affecting again agricultural sector in India. Lack of mechanization, already we have discussed it. Introduction of latest technology has been limited due to various reasons like accessibility of credit and low awareness. Crop production is always at risk because of pest and diseases. Uh, Uncertain monsoon is there and uncertain environment is there, and when environment changes, the pest and diseases on the crops changes according to the environment, and it's affect the farm production and it affect the productivity of agricultural sector also. So lack of mechanization, the farmers have lower income, they don't have the surplus, and surplus affect the capital. Lack of capital not allow the farmers to purchase machines and updated latest technology, and again it remains the traditional method of cultivation. Next reason is the storage of shortage of inputs, like there is a shortage of seeds and irrigation facilities are there. Only the monsoon season or rabi season have the crops in the uh, kharif season have the monsoon, and in case of rabi season, lack of irrigation facility and irrigation facilities for farm, or there is lack of water for the crops in the second season, that is rabi. So it is affecting agricultural sector. There are some problems recently in this latest period of monsoon period. A lot of issues created in Maharashtra about seeds. So which is a government company of seeds failed to provide a quality seeds, and other private companies of seeds also failed to provide a quality seeds to the farmers, and farmers have sown all the seeds again and again to because of the bad quality of seeds. So these problems happened recently about seeds in Maharashtra and in other states also. So there is the corruption in the Mahabij company to uh, qualify the uh, allotted plots for the seed cultivation, and the bad quality of seeds purchased by these companies, and again it is packed and it is affecting the farmers all over the Maharashtra. So many farmers have caught into this problem of seed. So these are the problems of system. Then next problem is deficiency in agricultural produce market committee. So APMC Act and APMC committee have not efficient that much in the India. So it is again when production goes to the market committee, then again there are a lot of problems are there. Next is profiteering by middlemen. Middleman chain is large in India. So whatever the price is getting for agricultural production, it is not wholly or totally getting to the farmers. The middlemen are much more there. So the whatever the increased agricultural prices not get directly to the farmers, it is getting to the middlemen. So there is a chain of middlemen who store and hoards all the supply of agricultural product, and when shortage arises in the market, then they sell their product But in case of farmers, farmers cannot hold their production till the agricultural production prices increases, because they don't have the infrastructure, they don't have cold storage, and they don't have the such facility that they can store their agricultural production. Next reason is small and fragmented holding. We have already discussed this point. Excessive specialization. Excessive specialization means continuously taking one crops again and again, again and again, using same fertilizers, same pesticides. So excessive specialization creates the lot of problems. It reduces the productivity of land. The land should have alternative crops. If there is not alternative crops year on year, then the productivity of that particular crop decreases. Land becomes uh, the productivity of land decreases. So excessive specialization is there. Next is input intensification of agriculture. There is same types of inputs are there, pesticides, fertilizers. So continuously using same types of fertilizers and pesticides, uh, it is called input intensification, and it creates a lot of problems, and it decreases the productivity of agricultural sector. Then restrictive markets, the fully increased prices in for given the prices paid by retail buyers totally not get to the farmers. So middlemen are there, restrictive markets are there. There are a lot of problems are there with market and market committee, and the political pressure is there. Political leaders are there involved in that particular area in markets. And the main purpose of market, agricultural market, remains far behind, and farmers do not get the correct price for their product, and these are the restrictions of market. uh, the information of different markets do not reach to the farmers, so that they can sell their product in where they are getting good prices. Fertilizer subsidy is getting only for chemical fertilizers, not for other type of fertilizers, like vermiculture, and then compost and other types of fertilizer than chemical fertilizers. Then geographical biasness is there in agricultural sector. Punjab, Haryana, and Western UPs have the more facilities of agriculture. Green revolution actually happened in this area, but other part of Indian agriculture remain behind. Next is fertilizer. We need more water. So fertilizers need water, and there is a lack of water in Indian agricultural sector. So fertilizer needs more water, but there is a lack of irrigation facility and irrigation the irrigation sources for farm, so they cannot use fertilizers without water. Next is focus of fertilizer subsidy is on nitrogen. So again there is a focus on fertilizer subsidy on only nitrogen, and urea is still under statutory price control. So urea is not getting focused, and only nitrogen is getting focused. So subsidy mainly benefit the areas which are deficient in nitrogens. So thus geographical biasness, geographical imbalance created here in use of fertilizer subsidy also. Next is next reason is uncertain monsoon and environment. So monsoon in 2019-20, drought followed by unseasonal rains, damage to rabi crop or monsoon, and flood. So continuously flood is there. Recently in Maharashtra, a lot of flood is there in the Marathwada and Vidarbha. Last year, the Pashchim Maharashtra, that is Kolhapur, Sangli, Satara, have experienced flood and lot of damage of Kharif and Rabi crops. So the uncertain monsoon is there, the environment is continuously changing, drought is there, or a lot of rain or flood is there. So it is very much affecting the Indian agriculture, and fully grown crops are damaged by floods. So we are experiencing in Maharashtra, in Bihar. So uncertain monsoon created lot of problems in agricultural sector. Then falling global agri prices, domestic from farm prices falling, rice, corn, sugar, groundnuts, etc. at international level. So farmers income is falling, and there is no servicing of loans, and again the loan pressure is increasing. So in Indian agriculture sector trapped into vicious circle of poverty, and continuously it is affecting by various factors, and farmers and agricultural sector remaining in the poverty and in the trap of such vicious circle and vicious factors. So friend, that much in this today's lecture, reasons for agricultural distress. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss the impact on agricultural sector and remedies of agricultural distress. One by one we are going to discuss, and government steps to reduce agrarian distress. So in the next lecture we are going to discuss all these things. I think that is enough for today's lecture. Write your attendance in the comment box, and if you have any problems, then write to me. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.